Greetings. How is everybody? Good deal. Good deal. Hi, Daisy. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of people wanting answers, and that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, you have a whole channel here of pocket watchers, scammers, envy, jealousy, greed, conspiracy to commit unalive. And from what I understand, the wrong dead dad for Thanksgiving. It's what it is. We need physical evidence. It's what it is. Hell, I just saw that red rum was the case. Flip it around. And they want to place the evidence in your home, in your car. These people are willing to do anything. However, that's a them problem. That's not a me problem. Chosen 144. It's amazing how these synchronicities line up. Chosen 144 was talking about, the lizard brain, evil baby eaters on his channel last night. And wouldn't you know, at the same time, Woodward's talking about dinosaurs and a truth coming out. Well, my past life regression was in the order of the dragon. And I mean, that's what you have to keep in mind. Christianity during the Crusades was fought by Vlad the Impaler. That's what the entire Order of the Dragon is about, is Dracula fighting in the Crusades. So, that's what it is. Will these truths be shocking? Absolutely. Is that truth coming out? Well, they don't try to stop you for nothing. They don't want to silence you and cover up your new beginning because they don't have some kind of fear. However, with the higher vibrational frequency, what they want for another is what they want for themselves. So just continue raising, just continue elevating, continue rising above their toxic bullshit. That's what Chosen 144 is talking about, removing the toxic people. And go to the community page, I posted it. And it's what it is. I mean, you got to think that is the energy that is in the cards. Was they did everything they could to stop an individual making Pisces fight for what is already theirs. It's the dumbest shit I've ever heard of. Why? Because they were pocket watching. Because they got a tarot reader as divination abusers and knew that Pisces had a legacy. Well, Pisces is graduating. So the legacy for a Pisces would be graduation. Do they step in? And they're outranked by my birth chart. Just leave it at that. Does that create jealousy and envy? And well, yeah, because the first is always the last. One will rise, the others will fall. They're worried about all of the bullshit that they have done surrounding this off of my other channel. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. That's the intellectual property stealing. The using metaphysical means to get rid of the creator, to destiny swap, to tag their karma onto the house of karma. They're stupid. They didn't do their research. Cool. So that's a them problem. They will have to figure that out. Me don't want no part of that. My concern, Pisces. If if you have that energy of fucking Pisces battling the devil, that's what it is. I found you 6 of them. What more can I do for Pisces? That's what it is. That's what it is. Anyway, I hear there's a lot of chaos and calamity in the background, a lot of finger pointing. That's what it is. And now we have brought reptilian humanoids into the situation. And David Icke's been talking about that for years. Jay Woodward did something last night over dinosaurs and the bullshit you've been fed. Star seeds awakening. That's what it is. Fear doesn't exist. Fear is a control factor for your reptilian brain. If you don't have a reptilian brain, you're not a human. Do people feed off of fear? Yes. Okay. That's why they use fear tactics so that they can get something that doesn't exist to vibrate out of you for the unseen realm that feeds on fear. I'm telling you, Dorothy summoning that djinn or paying practitioners to do it or whatever was the dumbest thing she could possibly done. And it's what it is. And then you have energy readers talking about there's an energy that follows Pisces through every lifetime. The master becomes the servant, and the servant becomes the master. What is a master of the Kundalini fire djinn? That's what it is. We've had many past lives. Those are lessons that I have already learned. Yes, Daisy. Stare contest. She has to find a new position. It's just what it is. Ask lots of questions. If you don't ask questions, it's because you know everything. Thank you for that, Spirit. It's just what it is. However, people worried about Pisces new beginning. Pisces has to ask themselves, okay, great. So what new beginning is Pisces going to work for? Did Pisces ascend? Has Pisces ascended to the new frequencies? Has Pisces acclimated? Think about it. It's like going to the pet store and getting a fish. When you get the fish, it comes in a bag. When you get to the house, you have to put the bag in the aquarium so that the water inside of the bag, if you just come and dump the bag into the aquarium, no fish. That's what it is. Thank you, Spirit. Right, and you got to keep in mind, you've got reader after reader talking about your ancestors don't play about you, da 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 da. Okay, great. You think they went up against a paranormal INFJ, jealous of the spiritual gifts that the paranormal INFJs possess? Right, and they're too logically on one side of the situation or too creatively on the other to understand that the energy that they send us. There was a quote a girl put out the other day that was beautiful. All the negativity that they were sending her, she was like, all that does is remove my karma this lifetime. I thought, yeah, all the energy that they harvested that I'm calling back, that's where the problem runs in, is when I hear readers talking about they're living off of Pisces sun's energy, and now it's becoming a health concern for them. Who are they? I don't know who they are. I don't know who they're talking about. No one has told me anything. I've told you that my normal meditation has changed, and they're doing everything they can to hold on to that energy, to take the crown, without doing the work to ascend and activate their own. Stare contest. You can tell we do this a lot. Let's do a starseed read, shall we? God got us all that is. Angels, archangels, send masters, the divine light has to be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself, as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. So it's my favorite thing about QHHT was, Dolores Cannon regrew a woman's cartilage in her knee. Thank you, Spirit. Doctor shows up with the x-ray, says, How did you do this? This is impossible. Dolores says, well, I work with the God consciousness, with the higher consciousness, with the super consciousness, with the Christ consciousness, with the Council of Nine, the Council of 12, the Galactic Federation. It doesn't give a fuck what you call it. It's the source. It's the source of all their labels. That's why you got to think all that information that you guys see on YouTube. Dolores has been doing it since the 60s. So most of them, they have been a corrupt group of parasites off of her work, especially if it has anything to do with star seeds, earth angels, indigo, crystal, rainbow children, the 3 waves of volunteers. Thank you. Oh, Dolores. Dolores was finding the 3 waves of volunteers. That's how she knew when the waves came in. The first wave came in the 59 to what do they say, 80, and then the 80s were all filled with your generation of crystal children. Imagine that. That can do crazy things with crystals, right? And right after 2000, you got the rainbow kids coming in. That's what it is. You've got a light worker with a crystalline aura that can do all kinds of weird shit with the human slider phenomenon, heightened psychic kinetic energy that affects electricity. That's what it is. This is why you have to stay emotionally balanced. It's the whole point of the emotional balance of the INFJ. I make lights flicker, fucking things, just all kinds of weird shit. That's what it is. And they don't do their research. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, cool. You've got, and I've been saying this for years, that the light's bright enough to be seen from space, and now you've got readers using that as clickbait. They can pick up your frequency from space. Your energy is addictive. That's what it is. Great. I'm looking, where are the others? Thank you, Spirit. You got readers talking about Pisces has done something no one else has ever done. Great. Where are those Pisces? Where are those Pisces with the inner light awakening of the INFJ? That's a miracle on this planet when it's only 1 to 2% of the human population, occurring 0.04% in males, changing as people take the MBTI test and figure out their own personality. That's what it is. They're all worried. That's your copycat energy, right? And I'm telling you, with this higher vibrational frequency and the Schumann resonance of what comes around goes around, what they wanted for another is what they wanted for themselves. What they wanted for the connection to the divine is what they wanted for the connection to the divine within them. It's a them problem. That's between them and their own divine connection. Had they done the research on the Order of the Dragon that everyone was talking about yesterday, that was in my past life regression over 2 years ago, thank you, Spirit, they'd have an understanding. Okay, great. So there's nothing better than things I talked about on my other channel that they harvested being in your tarot cards yesterday. People in the entertainment industry still talking about the shit. That's what it is. Congratulations. Thank you, Spirit. They've been talking about it since 59. Right? Dolores Cannon pioneered all of this in the 60s. Graham Hancock, when it comes to the archaeologists not knowing what to do with the Emperor, they don't want to tell the truth because they made shit up. Left brain, right brain, subconscious mind. For money. That's what it is. They're just talking about Carl Sagan on Woodward last night, and that's what it is. The public is very easy to fool, right? However, when I hear a Pisces reader talking about your energy is addictive, the first thing I think is, well, is that the Pisces Sun, Leo rising to Saturn boss energy with the Gemini moonshine? That's firewater. That's fucking moonshine. I bet it is addictive. Cool. Are they addicted to healing, or are they addicted to siphoning my energy because they're love drunk? Right? Power drunk. It's power. It's energy. It's a power supply. Now they're upset because I cut the cords to them and call my energy back, and they've affected my normal. Them affecting my normal non-negotiable meditation is supposed to bother me. They're the ones having difficulty and have nothing to say about it, so it's obviously not a problem. Cards in the upright. Yeah, cool. Did you see that sleight of hand? What is the focus? Yeah, false God aspect. They tried to play God in your life, Pisces, and guess what? Freaking God showed up. Now, I hear there was a pretty nasty tsunami and earthquake around Alaska. That's what it is. Didn't that register 444 at 7-1A? I thought, oh, well, there's some repeating numbers for you there, Pisces. There's got to be a message in there somewhere. Right? When you have energy readers talking about every sign possible, God's been trying to show them and they just wouldn't listen. The ancestors gave them every option to stop, but they don't believe in that shit. And now they're all being made to be believers. Congratulations. Energetically shield from that shit. That's what it is. That was the whole preparation aspect of the INFJ shield, right? So you don't absorb as a clairsentient or a clear feeling gift. So you don't absorb their psychic garbage. That's what it is. That's how they play on your empathy. They want you to feel bad for them. They want to play the victim and love bomb you. Okay, great. When you're shielded from that, they're left out. They're left out in the cold, standing right beside you. That's what it is. An empath can put themselves in someone else's shoes. A clairsentient absorbs, literally. Empaths do too. But the INFJ, a little rare. There's a rarity to it. There's a superpower. It's a gift and a curse. Obviously, it's what's got everyone shocked because it's 1 to 2% of the human population, only occurring 0.04% in males. The authenticity is upside down. That's what it is. And that's the problem that is going on in the background across all these tarot readers' cards, is you had people that wanted to harvest that energy. Okay, great. Well, my meditation is calling my energy back and returning to others what belongs to them, because as a clairsentient, I don't want to feel their shit. That's their energy. Okay, cool. So you got readers talking about them using unalive magic. Okay, that shit goes right back to them. Energy's energy. I can't do anything about that. Don't start nothing, won't be nothing to come back to you. Don't put it out if you don't want it coming back to you. Vibration. It's a higher vibrational reality. The earth is purging, not just the extensions of it as earthlings. The earth is purging, right? And Dolores told us, she passed away in 2016, and told us, if you don't get started now, the earth does not want you to go with her. Look what the fuck you've done to it. Right? And if you don't acclimate to the frequency, right? Air to a human is like water to a fish in this vibrational frequency. And a lot of people are feeling it. They're feeling the dense pressure, like they're in a pressure cooker. Okay. They're feeling pressure because they didn't rise with it. It's pushing that they're descending. We're ascending with the frequency. Ah, la, 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 la. They're descending. It's pushing them down into the darkness. That's what it is if they don't meditate. Right? You have to meditate. You have to pray. You have to affirmations, whatever it is. It's the aspect of greed that has them so screwed up. And I was just talking about it with, and guys, I don't mind talking to you at 2:30 in the morning, but come on, man. That's what it is. And if I tell you I'm doing something the fuck else, don't get mad about it. That's what it is. Anyway, very simple. I've had this, when they hear the Wheel of Fortune in tarot, their greed goes right to money. Their envy goes right to wherever you're at on your path. This is your path. Everyone is on their own path on the wheel. I love to use cops and robbers. It doesn't matter. Christians and Muslims. Dolores Cannon told us, you have to live every race, every religion, every continent You have to learn every language. Source consciousness wants to learn everything there is to know, fragmented amongst. When backdrop people and NPCs come into play, that's when shit starts to get weird. You have characters, you have people with a personality, people that can learn, people that can break out of the program. And then you have NPCs that run a program. They can't break out, so they can't think outside of the box. And if you try to take them out of their program, they rebel against their demons. What is a demon's job? To rebel against God, to rebel against Christ consciousness, to rebel against the Creator consciousness. It's very simple. One of the girls gave a great example the other day. You'll come in and talk about something outside of the box. Oh, I got a new job as a cyber da-da-da-da-da-da, something they've never fucking heard of before. And the first thing they do is, oh, you've put on some weight. They try to shut you down because they have no idea what your blessing is. They have no idea how to communicate with you on what's new in your life. All they know is their program, generally run by an entity inside of them. A spirit of influence that influences their vehicle. They can't think for themselves. Simple enough. And you've got all this energy of necromancers and covens of witches and da-da-da-da-da. Thank you for that. Another INFJ popping in. That's what it is. That's why the minute I knew that the energy that was across the Tarot Collective was they targeted a Pisces Sun, INFJ energy, a balanced Emperor and Empress energy. Okay, great. They targeted that. Cool, send me too. What they wanted for another is what I wanted for myself. That's what it is. They weren't expecting that. Okay, great. What does that lead to? And you can't tell me. Right? When a tarot reader tells me that they dipped into our Akashic records, right? Well, they had to go to source consciousness or the Most High. Okay, great. So you've got a Pisces that's connected to the Most High, and they dipped into the Akashic records, and all that shit matches that Pisces energy. And, and you have a divine setup on your planet with their magic backfiring because one can see through the illusion. That's what it is. And everyone coming together in the higher states of consciousness. Okay, great. I have one reader that's talking about there is a sun descendant, a sun child descendant that has been able to achieve the highest state of consciousness known to man. Well, that comes from 13th house astrology, the house of healing. Right? So you got a Pisces life path 8 that's the house of death. Chances are the house of death is going to revolve around healing if I'm still fucking sitting here talking to you. What is the blessing and the curse to that? When that life path 8 earth angel pops into your reality, it is a lesson or a blessing with karma or dharma tenfold. Cool, they chose the karmic path. They always do. Touch not my anointed, harm not my prophets. The gods send a messenger, and what do? Oh, God, we've got to pew the messenger. Oh, no, not a crown of thorns, not a halo, not a crown activation, not a connection to something that we don't have. No! Fucking pity party. Cool, and no one's any different than anyone else. Right? You want to activate the other side of your brain, use your other hand. You are left or right-handed because somebody told you were, and it was comfortable. Cool. Break out of your comfort zone. It's that simple. It's not that hard. It's not that hard to use both sides of your body. I listened to a teacher at an early age. She told me I was right-handed because I didn't fuck. It felt fucking weird. They want you to sit weird to write with your left hand. I didn't feel comfortable. Right? Guess what? My handwriting sucks. My thumbs are immaculate. I can do shit with two thumbs I never could with a pencil. Anyway, you're going to find very, very fast in this new reality that everything that you thought was the way that it is nothing like what it seems. And when I hear that energy in the collective of an energy that is addictive, a light that they tried to harvest that Pisces is now calling back, that's got people in an uproar, cool. I should not be the topic of groups' uproars, right? And so they're failures. Okay, great. Death is my biggest failure. Fucking quit complaining. I gotta go play with Daisy. Namaste.